Hiya.
Hello.
Welcome to the Geeky Girls Knit Podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Dammy, also known as Dammy's Doodles.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Wednesday, the 18th of April, 2018, and this is episode 290. We'd like to say a big welcome back. We love you guys. To all our returning viewers, and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you enjoy the show. What are you showing me?
Pink hair.
Not pink hair. Kitty pink hair.
You have one too.
Yeah, I know. I think we're all covered in Pink's hair. We didn't have anybody introduce themselves this week. So, Dammy, what should people do and why?
You should join our Ravelry group and introduce yourself in our introduction thread, because we will give you a shout out on our next episode, and you'll be able to participate in all our owls and giveaways.
That's right. Well, we have a few things to talk about today, including Dammy has an FO.
Yeah.
So we probably should get started. Here we go.
And now we're going to talk about what is on our needles.
What's on your needles, Dammy? Or what's needle adjacent, I guess.
Yeah, this isn't quite on my needles yet. It's going to be a pair of regular socks in a yarn. I can show you. Wow, look at that. I'm using the French Vanilla Cappuccino sock pattern by someone. And it's on US 1.5, 2.5 millimeters, or it will be. And the yarn is Sarah's Texture Crafts Donegal Floor Ply in the Rusty Gate colorway. And it's pretty, and it's got tweed in it.
Yeah, it's got flecks of tweed.
Tweedy.
It's really pretty.
Tweedy. So I get to cast on a regular sock.
And it's going to be in your kitty bag. Show them.
Meow.
And then what's on the inside?
More kitties.
Meow.
With a pink one.
Yes. Okay, is there anything else you want to say about that?
Nope.
All right.
So what's on your needles?
Well, I have 3 things on my needles. Yes, 3, not just 2.
Oh my gosh.
First up is my zigzag blanket. This is the 10 stitch zigzag pattern by Frankie Brown. It's free on Ravelry. It's on US 4's 3.5 mil needles, and the yarn I'm using is the one from my Ravelinic socks.
Birds in Paradise? I don't remember what the base is. The company either.
Misty Alpaca?
Maybe.
I think that's right. It's either in the Birds of Paradise or Birds in Paradise colorway. I should really write this down instead of trying to rely on my memory to remember. So I have 11 of the 20 zigzags done for this stripe. So 9 more to go, which means I won't have the stripe finished next week when we record, but the week after I will. And I'll have started the 46th stripe, I believe.
Ooh.
Because I finished 44, and that put me at 55% done. And so this should be, the one I'm working on should be 45 and then start 46. The next thing I'm working on is the Hubs birthday socks, which uses my French Vanilla Cappuccino sock pattern. I'm on US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles. And the yarn is Patton's Croy in the gray-brown marl colorway. So I finished sock number 1. I love this yarn. It's so pretty. And then sock number 2 is right here. They're not going to be perfectly matching, which is not a big deal. And let's see. I have 12 more rows until I'm ready to put the heel in. So, making really good progress on those. Sorry, excuse me. We still have this lingering gunk that's going around. But I cast on a 3rd project in this super cute Winnie the Pooh bag with pink heffalumps inside. I am making a baby vertebrae, which is a pattern by Kelly Van Nykirk. I'm using US 4's 3.5 mil needles and US 6's 4 mil needles, and the yarn is Renee Softy Baby in the Princess Pebbles colorway. And so, so the baby vertebrae, it only just comes around this, just barely around the arms, leaving the front open because babies spill and split up and all that stuff. So, so I'm making this. I'm making the. I think I'm making the 3 to 6 month size. And this is for a friend in Scotland. They're having their first baby, a little wee lass. So I'm going to knit them this sweater with matching... Which Tin Can Knits pattern did I do?
Bumble hats?
Yes, with a matching bumble hat and a pair of baby chino socks by somebody sitting on the couch next to me. And then I'm going to do a baby sophisticate sweater in the 6 to 12 month size with a matching bumble hat and socks. And so that will be the baby gift. So I cast this on. I've already divided for the sleeves. And I'm working down the body. I think I have maybe like 5 or 6 more centimeters to go before I start on the edging. So this one's going to knit up pretty fast. I'm doing it in a DK weight yarn, but the pattern is also written for 4-ply and maybe worsted weight yarn as well. And there's a newborn pattern, there's a baby pattern, there's a child pattern, and there's a mama pattern. And I've knit the mama pattern as well. Mm-hmm. And then I've knit several of the baby ones. So so I'm working on that. I was watching the Knit Girls podcast this morning, and they announced that Stash Dash is going to run from the 25th of May, I think it was through the 27th of August. I wrote it down, but I know they'll be posting more about it. So I will finish these socks and bind them off because the Hubs' birthday is in early May. And I will then be casting on socks for the bestie's husband. Dammy's laughing at Pink the cat, who is drinking water out of her water bowl. She has this thing for moving her water bowl. I will cast on birthday socks for my bestie's husband, and I will go ahead and finish them because his birthday is at the end of May, and I need to ship them to Scotland. But then everything else...
England.
Oh, England, that's right.
England.
Yeah, they're in England. They're in Birmingham now. Everything else other than preemie hats and zigzag blanket, I will be putting on hold near the end of them so that I can count them for Stash Dash Charge. So that is my plan. I can't remember what my goal was last year. I know I more than exceeded it. It was in the middle of the chaotic move, but I can't remember. I can't remember what my goal was. I'll have to look. But we'll see. I'm gonna look ahead at like all my knitting that I need to get done, because I've got another set of baby gifts to do as well, and then birthday socks for
me,
Noah,
for Pink,
and then birthday socks for you, anniversary socks for the Hubs.
Ooh, let's get into autumn.
Birthday socks for me. Birthday hat for Lola, my niece. I might go ahead and do my nephews as well and just do them all in one fell swoop. So, yeah. So that's kind of what I'm looking ahead to is Stash Dash. So, and that's everything that is on my needles. So let's move on to the next segment and talk about some FOs.
And now we're going to talk about our finished projects.
Dammy, you finished a project.
Oh, wow. I don't know what it could be. Oh.
Something maybe that you're wearing?
No, I did not make this t-shirt.
Mm-hmm. So are you going to just kind of leave that hanging there till the next segment?
No, this is the Tickled Pink wrap. I'll tell you the actual name of the pattern in the next segment and more about all of it in the next segment and show you the full thing in the next segment. But it was knit on US 3, 3.25 millimeters. The yarn is Seven Sisters Arts. And now you have to stay tuned for the next segment.
Yes.
Okay, that's it.
And what I finished was this week's preemie hat, which may be my favorite one that I have ever knit.
You said that about another one. Your favorite that you've ever knit keeps changing.
I know, because I keep knitting more. This is number 15 for the year. This is from my free top-down preemie hat pattern on Ravelry. It's on US 6's 4mm needles, and the yarn is Pandia's Jewels hand-dyed yarn snug in the hot cocoa with pink marshmallows colorway, and String Theory Colorworks entanglement self-striping in the oxytocin colorway. So I held the self-striping with a variegated, and this is what it did. Isn't that freaking awesome?
Wow.
I love it. I love how this one turned out. Yeah. I think this is my current favorite one that I've ever made. But I make another one every week, and so my favorite could change very easily. That's all I finished this week. So let's move on to the next segment and show you some yummies. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, yummies. What are yummies, Tammy?
Yummies are our current favorite things. Things we like. Things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. And
I'm going first.
Yeah, I'll let you go first.
Okay.
So we are going to show you the final 2 patterns from our brand new Tickled Pink book that releases next week.
Ah.
Okay, Tammy, what did you design?
I designed, so this is with the Seven Sisters art yarn. My base was the Matrika one in the pink pearl colorway. Our colorways were the same.
Which is hysterical. I mean, it's pink pearl. It's Pearl is what she named the colorway.
But now we have a cat named Pink Pearl.
Pearl.
Yeah. So I designed the sea and sky wrap. And you can make it longer or shorter to make it a scarf. And there is the basic instructions if you want to convert it into a little cowl. And let me take it off.
It's on US 3's 3.25 mil needles.
Yes.
And it takes like around 200 grams.
And this is a cheap Shelton. So let me take it off. Let me show you the beautiful pattern. So the pattern reminded me of the horizon, and it's nice and cozy, and so reminded me of sea and sky.
Show the edge, because I love how it...
Hold on. Yeah, the edge. The edge came up blocked like this, so it does the little
pattern,
curve.
The curve pattern.
Yeah.
And it's really pretty.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Great job, baby. And now I designed a sock pattern with the Seven Sisters Arts Meridian base yarn. So this is, I found pearls in the seaweed socks. So
in the pink pearl colorway.
That's right. So this cable pattern here, so there's 3 there and 3 on the back, is seaweed. It's reminiscent of seaweed. And this is a stack of pearls, is what it looks like to me.
Pearl necklace.
So, oh, that's a good idea. Why did I not think of that? So that's there, and it's also on the back. Now, because this pattern is so cable-rific, I used 3 different needle sizes. I used US 1.5, 2.5 mil, US 2, 2.75 mil, and US 2.53 mil.
That's a lot of needles.
Because the cables suck in the yarn. And so if you don't use different needle sizes,
you will have a very tight sock.
And it probably will not go on your foot. So, yeah. So that's what the final pattern is. So we've now shown you. I'm trying to think what was the first one. Neighborhood Fiber Co. Yeah. Dammy did the
easy peasy 6-color gradient socks.
And I did the I Believe in Pink Hat. And then we had Abstract Fiber, which was, what did you do?
Albacow.
And I did the Thistles in Bloom socks. And then we had Suburban Stitcher.
The Diamonds in the Mine socks.
And I did the Bashful Stripes shawl. And then finally, Seven Sisters Arts, you did the
Sea and Sky wrap.
And I did the I Found Pearls in the Seaweed socks. So that is all 8 patterns. Now you have actually seen them all.
Wow.
I'm getting back over here to the show notes. Come on, mouse, why are you not working?
Just use your trackpad.
There we go. I hate using a trackpad. So, in case you are a new viewer and you're like, we should have like prefaced this to tell you like what we're talking about. So we have a new book coming out next week called Tickled Pink. 2 designers, 4 indie dyers, 8 Pinktastic patterns. So we asked the 4 dyers, Neighborhood Fiber Co., Abstract Fiber, Suburban Stitcher, and Seven Sisters Arts, to dye a colorway of yarn with pink in it. And then Dammy and I each designed a pattern. Each dyer's yarn has a sock pattern, and then it has an accessory pattern, shawl, wrap, cowl, or hat. We have some extras of the physical book that come with the Ravelry ebook download code, and it's $20.50 plus shipping. You can go order that at
pink.javapearldesigns.com.
And then the ebook is also up on Ravelry for pre-order for $18.75. And the book will release next Thursday, the 26th of April. Yeah. And pre-orders will ship out by that date as well. Fingers crossed. So we had offered an optional 6x9 Notions pouch with Tickled Pink with the cats on it. And we received them, and they were not up to the quality as the sample that we received from the company. And so the company is redoing them because I did not want to send out an inferior product. So the company is reprinting them. And we are saying prayers and crossing fingers that they will be here for us to ship out on next Thursday. If they are not going to be here, I will be in contact via email with everyone who ordered one. The stitch markers have already arrived. The badges will be here today, and the books are on their way as well. So, stay tuned to your email if we don't get the printed bags in time. And we will compensate you in some way for the delay. It's frustrating because we ordered them in enough time for them to be here to ship out to y'all. But I won't send out an inferior product to y'all. That's not fair to y'all, and it's not something that personifies the way we run our business. So, yeah. So we're just all crossing fingers and saying prayers that everything gets here in time. We don't really have any other yummies.
Pink.
Yeah. I've got some photos of her that I might put at the end, unless you shoot some video of her.
She's doing something funny.
Yeah. She
funny.
She loves to be wrapped in blankets.
But not picked up and wrapped in blankets.
No, just she likes to be tucked in, which is very funny. She also thinks that the clothes drying rack is a cat jungle gym.
I need to get her an actual cat tree.
Yeah, we have like a short scratching post, but she's a long baby. We took her to the vet for her initial thing, and she needs to lose some weight. She's a big baby.
She's not that big. She is perfectly healthy.
She needs to lose almost 1/3 of the weight. It's okay. I love her. Hey, I need to lose. I'm a big girl. But the vet did say if we can get her weight down some, it's been shown that if a cat is in a certain range of weight, which is a more healthy weight, that they can live up to 2 years longer. So we are working with her on that in various ways. So, okay. Let's talk about then hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. What is it, Dammy?
It stands for Geeky Girls Knit Crafty Photo a Day Challenge. We have a list of photo prompts for each month, so you take a look at the prompt for that day, take a picture related to it, and post it anywhere you like. But we pick our favorites from Instagram.
So this month's theme is numbers, and you interpret that however you want, whether it's literally the number, like what is today, the 18th? I have 18 stitches left on this row.
It's 1800.
That's true. Not the year, the time. At first I was like, wait, what? It's 2018. Or it can be, today's the 18th and I did this today, which is how my month has gone. So, what are we about to show them?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
Here come the photos. Those were our favorite photos. Great job, everybody. It's never too late to join in. Just take a look at the prompt for the day, take a picture, post it on Instagram. Make sure in the caption you use hashtag GGKCraftyPad because that's how we find your photo. If you have a private account, you need to make sure that Dammy's Doodles is following you because otherwise we can't see your photos.
If you're posting for GGK CraftPad.
Yeah. And we will release the May prompts list next week. I do have an upcoming event that I'm going to be attending. You're not going to be attending.
No.
So I'm going to be attending the Pacific Northwest Yarn Crawl on Thursday, the 3rd of May, 2018. I'll be doing it with my friend Janine, and I think there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think there are like nine yarn shops.
That's a lot.
One of them is a pop-up shop at another one, so there's 8 locations.
That's a lot.
I know, and we're going to try to do it all in one day because I am going to be out of town on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it runs from Thursday the 3rd to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 6th of May. Their website is PNW, Pacific Northwest, yarncrawl.com. It's also linked in the show notes. So are any of y'all going? If so, I might see you on the Thursday. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be looking for, I want to feel linen yarn. I've never knit with linen. And there is a really cute short sleeve, like oversized shirt, t-shirt kind of style, but with detail across the yoke. That was in the most recent Pom Pom Quarterly, and it was knit out of linen. And so I want to find some linen yarn and feel it and see if I think, because textures are difficult for me because of my fibromyalgia. So what is right next to my skin, I have to be kind of picky about. So I want to feel it and see what I think. If linen is not going to work for me, I want to find something else that will work for that pattern potentially. So, okay, I think that's everything for this segment. So let's move on to the next one.
Talk about what we are reading, watching, and listening to.
Yes. Sorry, we are having like a comedy of errors happening in our house right now. Thankfully, we didn't have the camera on for any of them. Okay. So,
okay.
Dammy, what have you been reading?
I have been reading The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux, as I'm listening to a LibriVox audiobook version of it, and I'm on the last chapters. And I really want to reread A Series of Unfortunate Events next, but the Kindle versions are so expensive. I should get them from the library.
I was about to say they might be available as ebooks from the library.
Or I could just get the actual books.
Or you could get the actual books.
I haven't read an actual book in so long.
I have been since I've started getting some books from the library, but I've been reading some of them as ebooks as well. So,
yeah.
And then you're reading the other thing as well?
Yes, The Glass Scientist, which is a webcomic by Sabrina Katungo, and I wish it updated more than once a week.
I'm sorry.
But yes, I have been getting my 15 minutes a day in.
And what she's referring to is our April, May, June read-along.
Wow.
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 So it's a challenge for you to read 15 minutes a day or more. I don't care what you read. My preference would be physical books, ebooks, audiobooks, magazines, blogs, newspaper, comic books, graphic novels, something like that.
Manifestos.
Sure. But I will accept reading things like cookbooks and social media and things like that, patterns. But I would prefer...
Reading other people's minds.
That will give you, 100 points that don't count for anything. So, there is a finish line thread. Where you post in the Ravelry group, and what you do is you post once and then you edit that post, and you just need to post that every day how much you're reading. I'm totally fine with you saying 15 minutes or 15 plus minutes. You don't have to tell me, oh, I read 47 minutes today.
I read for 45 minutes and 6.75432 seconds.
Okay. But if you want to put actual, that's fine. But the bare minimum is that you tell me that you've read 15 minutes or more. Some people are putting in what they're reading, which is cool. That's fine. It's not required. And you don't have to go in and edit your posts daily. You could at the end of the week or the end of the month. That's totally fine. You just need to have everything posted by the 1st of July, because when I get up that morning, I will lock that thread. There is 2 categories where you can win prizes. The first is if you read 88 of the 91 days. So that gives you a day each month of grace. You'll be entered into 1 or more giveaways for one of our ebooks. That just depends on how many people finish. And you'll also get a coupon code for $1.20, which is 20% off any of our single patterns, and a virtual badge. If you read 61 of the 90 days, you'll be entered in 1 or more giveaways for any one of our single patterns. And again, it depends on how many people finish. And you'll get a virtual badge as well. And the hashtag is #GGKRAL18 if you want to post on social media about what you're reading.
Yeah.
So let me tell you what I'm reading. I'm continuing to read Only Love Today by Rachel Macy Stafford. I'm over 50% through the book now. So she has they're short essays, usually 2 to 3 pages, but it's by seasons. So I finished 2 of the seasons. And so I'm into the 3rd season now. I'm sorry, my eye is itching for some reason.
Did you get a pink hair in it?
No, I think it might just be dry. I may need to put some drops in it. And then I'm continuing to reread Harry Potter and the Sorcerer/Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling. And I'm reading that and listening to the Harry Potter and the Sacred Text podcast. So I'm reading only 1 chapter a week, and then the Hubs and I are listening to the podcast episode together on the way to our weekly date night.
Aww.
I know. And then, so I canceled my Kindle Unlimited membership for the moment because there's quite a few books from the library as ebooks that I want to read. So I can resubscribe at any time. It's not a big deal. So from the library, I finished reading Two Nights by Kathy Wright. Is it Reichs or Reed? Reichs, who is the writer and creator of the writer and the inspiration for the TV show Bones. So that's an adult novel, but she also has a YA series that she's written with her son. It's called the Virals series, and I read the first 3 books, and I'm waiting for the 4th book. I've reserved it. Somebody else has it.
Oh, how dare they?
I know. Don't they know I want to read it? So I'm waiting for the 4th book. And then I read the 4th book in the Temporary series by Temeraire.
That's the name of the ship that's on my wall.
Oh.
The painting, the fighting Temeraire.
Oh, this is a dragon named Temeraire.
Oh.
By Naomi Novik. This book was called Empire of Ivory, and it is set in the time of Napoleon Bonaparte.
Napoleon!
And the war that's going on.
The war of 1812.
But
there's
dragons that fight for each side.
They're dragons.
So it's really cool. So I had read the first 3 books in the series a while back, and then I've had the rest of them in my wish list on Amazon, like waiting for them to go on sale. And then when I finally got a library card and able to borrow books from the library, I had like looked through my fiction wish list on Amazon, and I was like, oh, I'm going to see if they have these, and they have this series. So I'm reading it. So I finished book 4, and then I'm going to start book 5 as soon as I finish the book that I'm currently reading, because this one actually went on sale in my wish list. Wow. It is the 2nd book in the Rose Gardner Investigation series by Denise Grover Swank. It's called For the Birds. And it does have adult content in it.
Rose Gardner.
Yes. She owns a landscaping business.
That's a terrible pun.
And she's a private investigator.
Of course she is.
But it's not a cozy mystery style book.
It's not? It sounds really cozy. It sounds like it would be.
No.
With a name like Rose Gardner.
It's not. And actually, this is a character. These characters are from another series that she did.
Oh my gosh.
Remember, it was like 35 something or other, 30. It was that series. And then this is like a spin-off of that series.
Yeah.
So I'm reading that. And then when I finish that, I will read the 5th book in the Temeraire series. So, what we're watching. I watched a Hallmark movie this week. It was called Reap What You Sow, S-E-W.
Oh.
An Aurora Tea Garden mystery.
Who has a name like a tea garden?
I don't know. It's based on a series of books. It's got Candace Cameron Bure from Full House in it. And it did have Yannick.
Oh,
from Murdoch Mysteries.
Oh, no.
Yannick.
I'm thinking of the other guy. I don't know his name. It's something Canadian.
It is something Canadian.
Because he's Canadian.
But apparently he took a job with like the CIA or something and is gone.
Wait, in Murdoch Mysteries?
No, in Aurora Tea Garden Mysteries.
Okay.
It was about a...
murder.
Yes. It was about a crafting...
murder.
Like YouTube and book. This lady had like a YouTube channel and she was writing books and it was like crafting. So like one of the videos they showed was like embroidery. And so.
But it was about murder.
But it was about murder. Because, spoiler, she got murdered.
Oh no.
Who did it?
The murderer.
The person I thought did it. I won't tell you who just in case you haven't watched it and you want to.
Oh no, it was the butler.
It was the butler. I'm watching season 7 of Charmed. I'm in the second half of the season, and then there's one more season after this. They beat the Alphas. I think that's what they were called. Avatars. No, but their names were like Alpha something.
Alpha, Beta, Omega.
No. I'm 99%
Delta.
Okay, you stop. Alpha something was the character names from the Avatars, but they beat them.
Oh, good.
But now they're back to fighting the demons. They were supposed to be making a
birthday cake.
Utopia.
Oh, darn.
But the Avatars were killing people who were not
Utopian.
Yes.
Oh, man.
That were causing discord. Okay, why don't you talk about the next thing?
Okay, we finished watching season 2 of a series of unfortunate events. I forgot how dark the books got as they went along.
It was very unfortunate. And of course, they left us on a literal cliffhanger. Literal cliffhanger.
Don't worry, everything's fine. Don't worry, everything works out.
So, now we have to wait like a year for the 3rd season.
Which will be the last season, and we'll do the last 4 books.
So will it only be 8 episodes?
It will be... It'll be 7 episodes, because apparently they're doing the very last one as a whole long hour-and-a-half one, not split into 2.
Okay, cool. The Hubs and I are watching season 4 of The Flash. The evil guy, I can't remember what his name is. He's drugging his wife.
Oh no.
Because she has like figured out what he's doing, and so he's drugging her to make her forget.
Oh no.
Yeah. Why don't you talk about some stuff?
We are watching season 5 of The Blacklist. Raymond has another daughter. Lizzie has a sister? Question mark?
We shall see.
We're watching season 13 of Criminal Minds. And we got Garcia's backstory.
About, her parents were killed by a drunk driver. So. The Hubs and I are watching season 11 of The Big Bang Theory. Amy's had a quilting bee bachelorette party.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what the episode was about. I'm watching season 13 of Supernatural. Charlie, played by Felicia Day, was in this episode. Because she's dead in our world, but in the alternate world, she's not. Mm-hmm. And then Gabriel killed Asmodeus, but refuses to help save the world from the other realities, Michael.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. Drama. Watching season 6 of Arrow, Oliver was impeached.
Oh, man.
And he's no longer the mayor.
Oh, man.
All right, you're up next.
Watching season 5 of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm losing the trail of this season. I don't know what they're trying to go for.
I don't either.
know what they're trying to do for season finale or coincide with Infinity War, which I think comes out.
It comes out
next week.
Next week. I think the 27th is when it comes out. Next Friday, maybe.
I don't know what they're trying to do.
We're going to see it for the Hub's birthday on like May the 8th.
Who's gonna die?
Yeah. So yeah, I was like trying to put notes in, because we put notes in our Google Docs show notes so that we know what we're going to talk about every week. And I was like, Dammy, what do you want me to put in for this?
I don't know what I do.
I'm watching season 5 of Lynne Calls the Heart. Henry did the right thing. I thought he was going to...
Who's Henry?
Henry Gowan is the one that...
Oh, the evil one.
Yeah.
He used to be the mayor, but now he's not.
No, he's not. And he was approached by this woman to run a lumber mill for her, but she wanted him to steal the customer list and the price list from...
the guy from Eureka.
The guy from Eureka. I can't think what his name is on the show.
The sheriff, Deputy Handy.
That's him. And I thought he was going to do it. And he actually, what they did is, he did it, but then they caught the woman. Like, he had told the law. What is it called?
The sheriff?
The sheriff?
The deputy?
I think the sheriff. Anyway, but then, at the very end, a Mountie comes riding into town and tells Elizabeth that Jack is dead. What?
I don't think it's real. Nothing bad can permanently happen in this happy-go-lucky family show. I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding that he's lost or something.
Next week is the season finale.
I'm sure he's fine. Nothing bad can happen in a Hallmark show permanently.
Bad things happen.
Not
People die.
Not permanently.
The lady in the movie permanently died.
That was Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, not Hallmark Channel.
And you want to talk about the last one?
Sure. We're watching season 3 of Supergirl because it's back. You misspelled Wynn.
I misspell things all the time.
Wynn's dad died. John's dad is sick, and Lena has Sam in a hospital bed in a lab. What's going on? I'm thinking the last scene of the episode was like, oh no, she's evil. But then in the next episode, she's not going to be evil. She has her in this hospital bed in the lab to help her.
Yeah, that's what I hope.
Yeah.
And I was
Although
very...
she does play a good evil.
She does. I was very disappointed that we did not get to properly hear Wynn sing.
Because he's the professional singer.
Yes. He was in...
He's on Broadway.
Yeah, tell them what he was in.
His name is Jeremy Jordan. He was on Broadway in Bonnie and Clyde. And Newsies. And I think other things. He was in the Last 5 Years movie. And, yeah. He's the professionally trained singer.
And we didn't get to hear him properly sing.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else sang karaoke. Okay, what are we listening to? I have been listening to the This Is Hamilton playlist. Mm-hmm. It motivates me while I work. So I'm like...
Oh, okay.
Like that.
Oh, wow.
And we've been listening to the Sarah Bareilles playlist that Dammy made for me.
I've been listening to that one too.
Cool. You've not been listening to The Pressure of the Cabin?
No.
Did you get tired of listening to The Pressure of the Cabin?
No.
Okay. Cabin pressure. That's what we're talking about. Okay, well, I think that is everything for what we're reading, watching, listening to. So let's move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about our March, April, May sheepy spring owl. So this started on the 1st of March and it runs through the 31st of May. It's for any project you knit, crochet, weave, or spin. You can convince us is related to spring. How do they do that? You can do that by your project's color, colorway name, purpose, pattern name, design element, or if you can't think of anything, you made it in the spring.
Yes. No whips are allowed. You have to start your project no earlier than the 1st of March and finish it by the 31st of May. Okay, so in the FO thread, every project you finish, you post, and that's one entry into the giveaways, unless your project used less than 20 yards, 18.3 meters of yarn. If that is the case, you need to group more than one item into the post that you make, and the total of the items that you post in that one post needs to total at least 20 yards, 18.3 meters, or more yarn used. And then that one post will be counted as an entry into the giveaway. Feel free to poly dip in other owls as long as it meets the rules. We have lots of lovely prizes that are on the screen right now. If you'd like to see closer up pictures, links, more info about them, you can go to
geekygirlsknit.com
or tune into the first podcast of every month where we talk about the prizes in detail. You have to be a member of the Geeky Girls Knit Ravelry group to participate. The social media hashtag is hashtag GGKSpring18. We will lock the thread the morning of the 1st of June and draw prize winners on the next podcast after that. If you are a winner, you'll have 30 days to claim your prize or you forfeit it. There's a chatter thread in the Ravelry group where Dammy gives a shout out to everyone who finishes projects. You can also chat about what you are currently working on. But Dammy also gives a shout out to everyone who finishes here on the podcast. So Dammy, shout out.
Angie's Hip, Army Tinko 8, Auntie Knits a Lot, D Door 4, DG White, Falling Star 12, I Knit Socks 2, Jennifer Reels, Knit Central, Knit Live Love, Lil Angel SG2, Mystery Sewer, POKGEJ, Pukaza Grata, Ramona Firehorse, Shona MCC, Travel Socks, VT Kimmy Kim, and Wisconsin Knitter.
Great job, everybody. So keep working on those projects. You have a just under a month and a half to get your projects done and posted, and you might be a prize winner. All right, let's move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls, the part of our show where you ask us things and we try to answer them.
Yes, so what's this week's question, Dammy?
This week's question is from Hillary, who is crafty textile lady from Canada. Cece.
Yes.
You design lovely sock patterns that have all kinds of design elements in them, but you personally knit lots and lots of vanilla socks. Why don't you knit more complex socks for yourself/others? Short and sweet question, looking forward to the answer.
Well, thank you so much for your kind words, Hillary. That was lovely. Okay. So yes, my sock designs, I mean, this is evident of it.
Cable-tastic.
It's cable-tastic. I design a lot of cable, a lot of lace, a lot of textured sock patterns. Why don't I knit them when I'm knitting not design socks? Because my brain needs a break. I can now knit a plain vanilla sock almost on autopilot. The only time I need to focus is just making sure I get the heel in the right place and everything like that. But because I do such complex designs, my brain just needs a rest. And so I love knitting on Zoom Zoom needles. I knit round and round in the circles, and it just allows my brain to have that break, my hands to have that break, because sometimes doing patterns, especially with cables, can cause some pain in my hands and wrists. So just having something plain vanilla just makes it easier for me, and it gives me a break, and it allows me to put my focus into the designs, which is what I want to share with y'all. So, and then I just knit plain vanilla. I prefer, if I'm knitting plain vanilla, that it be a self-striping.
Or variegated.
But I do like variegated as well. I'm not a huge fan of a solid for a sock, just because
you need some fun.
I need something to be like, oh, let me get to the next stripe, which is why I love self-striping, because it's like, oh, let me get to just one more color, just one more color,
just one more.
But I have knit some in almost solid. I've knit quite a few in variegated, which is awesome as well, because you just never know how it's going to pool, which is awesome. I mean, this is not a sock, but the baby sweater, I'm in love with how the yarn is pooling. The colors are pooling.
Wow.
It's just really pretty. So that's cool, when it's a variegated, to see it do that. So, but yeah, it's for me, it's just about giving my brain a break, giving my brain a rest, and giving my hands a rest, because, yeah, I can do this in a movie theater, I can do this at church, I can do this listening to a lecture, or watching TV, or having coffee with friends. You know, I can do a plain vanilla sock pretty much anywhere. So, yeah. So that is why. Okay. So thank you so much, Hillary, for the question. If somebody has a question for us, what should they do?
Go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and post it.
All right, let's move on to the next segment. Oh, look, we have a surprise co-host for the end of the show. It's okay. You're okay. Say hi to the people, Pink. Say hi. Say meow. Meow.
She just looks annoyed.
She does look so annoyed. Hi, baby.
Okay.
Do you want to sit?
Oh, that's my stomach. Okay, no. Bye. I love you, Pink. She was stepping on my stomach this morning.
When was it? It was a couple of nights ago.
Look, I'm covered in hair now.
We had all gone to bed, and Russ and Dammy were both asleep, and I was laying in bed reading, and all of a sudden, the hubs just bolts upright, sitting upright in bed, and I'm like, what the crap is going on? And Pink was standing on him, like on his leg and hip, like he was a mountain. And she wouldn't get down, and we were laughing so hard and trying not to wake Dammy up laughing. It was very funny. She likes the hub's side of the bed. She likes the hub's chair. It's very funny. Mm-hmm. During the day, she likes to sleep in your bed in your window.
Yeah.
So.
She lays on my pajamas when I'm at work.
Yes. So. Oh, well, by the way, we made it to the end of the show.
Yeah! We just wanted to show you Pink.
Because we love her. And
even when she steps on my stomach.
I've been posting a picture of her, I think, almost every day on Instagram. Because she's just so cute.
She frequents my stories.
Yes. She's adorable. She's adorable. Okay, an announcement.
An announcement.
An announcement. Our friend Kate, who is Librarian Kate
7578
on Ravelry and Librarian Kate on the social medias, asked if, as her gift to us, she could host a GoFundMe to raise money for the Hubs and Dammy and I to be able to go back to Scotland for the Hub's PhD graduation, which is in July. So if you are so inclined and would like to donate to that, there's a link in the show notes. She's called it Tartans and Theology. So there's a link in the show notes if you're interested in doing that. And we thank Kate so much for her kindness in wanting to host this for us. I don't think there's any other announcements. No, I don't think so. So let's talk about a huge thank you to everyone who supports the podcast financially, because it does cost money to do this. If you are interested in supporting the podcast financially, there's 3 main ways you can do that. First is Patreon, which is a site where you pledge a certain amount each month to your favorite creatives. And it's kind of like the PBS donation thing. Depending on what level you donate at, you get different rewards, such as getting the podcast a day early, or yarn, or patterns, or coupon codes, or postcards, all kinds of things. So if that is something you'd be interested in doing, you can learn more and sign up at
patreon.com/geekygirlsknit.
That's right. What's another way, Dammy?
There's a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website if you would like to make a one-time donation.
And we are amazon.com, .co.uk, and .ca affiliates. If you're going to shop on Amazon, if you go through our website first, Amazon gives us a little money back based on what you purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it's a great way to support the podcast by doing something you would be doing anyway. So, Dammy, if they want links to all that and they want to find us online, what should they do?
Go to geekygirlsknit.com, and there are links to everywhere else we are online. YouTube, iTunes, Ravelry, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
And with that, we're going to tell you goodbye. We hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Happy knitting and happy spring. We're finally getting some sunshine here. I was actually
pollen.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh. But I was actually outside for about an hour yesterday, sitting outside, and it was lovely. Until the wind really picked up, and then we went inside. So, have a great rest of your week. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.